from New York. Yes, we've got coffee and gum. It's Late Night with David Letterman. Tonight, former heavyweight champion George Foreman, musicians Paul Rogers and Brian Setzer, and actress Catherine O'Hara, plus Paul Schaefer and the world's most dangerous man. And now, let's have a big Twin Cities welcome for David Letterman.
Thank you. That's right. Welcome to the program, ladies and gentlemen, and happy springtime all over the United States. Well, hey, good news now. I think we're seeing some movement. Good news coming out of Waco, Texas. You understand the standoff been going on for like 40 days. David Koresh, the cult leader, I think this is a good sign. He was earlier today talking to the scientists in the biosphere in Arizona. It looks like they may be planning on swapping homes for the summer. So I think that's a positive. It's not my position to criticize, and believe me, I'll tell you, I know virtually nothing about politics, but here's an idea. Let me give you an idea just how boring our new vice president is. Al Gore. Al Gore's Secret Service code name is Al Gore. That's how boring. That's right. You know, are you aware of this thing now? They have the big summit. Boris Yeltsin flies to Vancouver, British Columbia, which, by the way, this has nothing to do with the joke per se. Vancouver is one of the most beautiful cities in all of North America. All right, let me get back to the comedy now. So Boris Yeltsin goes up there, and they have the summit with our boy Bill Clinton, President Bill Clinton. He gives him $1.6 billion. Now, Yeltsin goes back to the Kremlin. He's back there like 2 days, and we're getting reports now out of Russia that he's already spent it on a Flowbee, a salad shooter, and a Craftmatic adjustable bed. What the hell is that all about?
It's just a little crazy music for you to enjoy.
Did you see this yesterday in Michigan? A prosecutor said that he would now not be bringing murder charges against Dr. Jack Kevorkian. There was a suicide that Dr. Kevorkian was present for, but did not have any part of. So the prosecutor said he will not charge Dr. Kevorkian for murder in the case of that suicide. But now, if you're scoring at home, he still gets an assist. Put him down. This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is my impression. Now, here's an impression, a little extra impression. We weren't planning this. I'm just flying blind now. Put the cards away, Tony. We don't. I'm just making this up on the spur of the moment. Here now is an impression of how I would look if this jacket didn't fit so good. I just made that up. Proving once again there is no off position on the genius switch.
Oh! Yeah, Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for showing up here, folks. We got a pretty good show. George Foreman is with us tonight. Also, from Bad Company and Stray Cats, individually and collectively, Paul Rogers and Brian Setzer on the program. That's right. And a wonderful woman and a fine actress. Now, if you think about it, here she was. She was one of the stars of SCTV and now has been in the two most successful motion pictures of all time. You had your Home Alone #1, and hey, we're Home Alone again.
Home Alone again.
Yeah, #2.
Yeah.
Which I was told this afternoon is still playing in about 400 theaters. It's now, we're in the middle of April. Home Alone, the big Christmas blockbuster. Somewhere in this country, people are still going to see this film. It's unbelievable. Catherine O'Hara will be with us on the show tonight. We're just working on some angles for the new show.
Yeah.
Okay. Do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen, say hello to our good friend. He's right over there, Paul Schaefer. Paul.
Thank you. Thank you so very, very much. Gentlemen, David, nice to see you. Thanks a lot.
Paul, how are you?
I'm great, David.
Paul Schaefer, of course, Sid McGuinness, Will Lee, and on drums, the hardest, he's the greatest drummer, the greatest living drummer.
Yeah.
5-time world driving champion, Juan Fangio, right over there. All right. Now, where was the guy who wanted the hamburger? Was it Jimmy from Queens? Yeah. What do you want on that burger, son? All right, so it's just a plain burger. You don't want a cheeseburger? Just a plain hamburger with ketchup. What about dill, pickles, slices? So you're not much of a condiment man, is that what you're telling me? You would like a hamburger. How would you like that prepared?
Well done.
Yeah, well done. Well, guess again. All right, well done. Okay, and ketchup and fries.
That's it.
And a little extra ketchup for the fries?
Sure.
Sure. What about some coleslaw?
No, you give me a drink with that.
Oh, yes. Jimmy, you think I'd forget a beverage? Are you kidding me? What would you like to drink, Jimmy?
I'm sorry?
What would you like to drink?
Sprite?
How about a diet Sprite?
No, it's okay.
Okay, Sprite. Okay, so one hamburger.
One burger.
Yep. We want some ketchup, fries.
Ketchup, fries.
And a Sprite. Yeah.
One Sprite.
Yeah. Can you send somebody down to, is Hurley's all right? They're pretty good burgers there. All right. Okay. You sit still. We'll get it for you in a minute. Thank you very much. We're going to take care of the man. He was hungry. He said, Dave, puts up his hand at the beginning of the show and he says, Dave, can you get me a burger?
Yeah.
I said, I'll see what I can do.
You are the greatest.
Well, he came all the way from Queens.
That is wonderful.
I said, does anybody here have any questions about anything?
Yeah.
Jimmy shoots up his hand first. Yeah, I can go for a burger. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is? A lot of folks traveling from around the country. I mentioned Vancouver, beautiful place for a vacation. People planning to come to New York City for the spring, and a lot of people thinking about taking some time off for the summer. And I kind of got the old, got me a traveling Jones my own
Urge
self.
to travel.
Yeah. So I stopped off at one of these travel agencies, and look at this. I got all these travel, they're brochures, really. And I started looking at them, and they're pretty strange, pretty interesting. And I said, let's just share these with the folks at home. Paul, do you have a little music here? We're going to take a look at the travel. I just want to tell you something. I don't mean to be blowing my own horn, but you go to any other show in production currently and see if they feed you.
They don't.
Just try that.
They don't.
Name me a show where you can go and expect to get yourself a burger out of the deal.
Yeah, not only that, but...
Wake up. It ain't gonna happen, okay?
No.
Let's see. Now, here's one I thought was kind of cute. Look at this. It's looking for a great place to take the kids this summer. Well, here you go. A place called Kentville, Wyoming. Now, look at this. It's home of the world's smallest sandwich. See? Look at that. How do they do that? Microcomputers or lasers? There's a little attraction as you're traveling around the country. Yeah. Home of the world's smallest sandwich. Unbelievable, isn't it? You know, of course, we've heard of the Nixon Library located in Yorba Linda, California, but I guess this is new. It's the Dan Quayle Vice Presidential Picture Book Library. Look at that, where all the books have pictures. Well, how about that? Where all the books have pictures.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to tell you something, man. Yorba Linda. You know what I'm saying? Yorba Linda. This is interesting. Little travel brochures, little places of interest to stop this summer on your vacation. If you're ever in Madison, Wisconsin, you and your family won't want to miss this. It's the home of the world's fattest 15-year-old, right there. Bring your camera. Look at that boy. Man, he's huge, isn't he? Hey, look, spend the day. Bring your camera and spend the day. Home of the world's fattest 15-year-old. Now, this is nice. Your child's imagination will run wild when you take them to this popular attraction located just off Route 34 outside Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Lou's Petting Zoo and Barbecue Shack. Look at that. Isn't that odd? Petting Zoo and Barbecue Shack. Folks ain't in a traveling mood tonight. You know, if you liked Cooperstown, or as ball players call it, Cooperstown, you'll love this one. It's the Bait Hall of Fame, a historical treasure of minnows, worms, and chum. Look at that. It's the Bait Hall of Fame. It's only 2 hours from Cooperstown. Oh, God. Let's see. Here's a new amusement park that can pump some excitement into your next vacation. 6 miles over 3 Mile Island. Six Flags. 6 Flags over 3 Mile Island. What's the point if you can't read it? I don't even understand this one. The Scranton, Pennsylvania Cemetery for people you think are dead but are really still alive. Now that's quite an oddity there. Abe Vigoda. See, you think Abe Vigoda is dead? He's not.
Really still alive?
He's still alive.
This is a museum full of those guys.
It's a cemetery for people you think have passed away but are in fact still walking around on the planet with us. How's the burger coming?
In 7 minutes, they said.
7 minutes? How about that, Jimmy? Can you hang on? All right. And did you get him plenty of moist towelettes?
Uh-oh, I forgot.
All right, make sure we have moist towelettes for Jimmy there. Now you can experience the charm of the Middle Ages and improve your backhand when you visit this innovative vacation spot in Springfield, Massachusetts, Medieval Tennis World. Yes, sir. You can work on your serve with a medieval master or just get drunk on grog. For decades, the Washington Monument has provided tourists with a majestic symbol of America's freedom. Well, now a corporate purchase has changed it into this fascinating site, the Dinty Moore Stew Needle. Bringing the world the simple but important message, eat stew. Did you realize that they had sold off the Washington Monument?
Didn't realize that.
Yeah, look at this. These are travel brochures, ladies and gentlemen. Give you kind of ideas, places to go, places to stop, of interest, educational and recreational, as you plan your vacation this summer. I didn't even know about this one. Look at this. Visit the home of TV's Dave Letterman. Look at that. Who knew? Okay. How are we doing on time? All right. Let's see. Let the adventurer in you enjoy a daring drive through Southern California's newest drive-through theme park, Wilt Chamberlain's Babe Country Safari. Yeah, Are you tired of dating services and personal ads? Well, here's a better way to meet that special someone. Dr. Kevorkian's Suicidal Singles Weekend. Folks taking that awfully seriously.
Wow, serious topic.
And finally, no trip to the Big Apple, that being New York City, would be complete without a stop on the corner of Lexington and 63rd to see this New York City's only working payphone. Now, Thank you, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a wonderful program for you tonight. And if it wasn't wonderful, would I have shown up for work today?
Absolutely
No.
not.
If this wasn't a great show, I wouldn't be here. We're going to do a commercial. When we come back, our old friend George Foreman will join us. Nice to see you. How do you do? You know, Paul, I think I may have made a mistake.
Made a mistake.
Well, I got me a hamburger coming up for Jimmy.
Yeah.
George Foreman is on the show. I better get him.
You should get him.
At least. In fact, Jimmy, do you mind if we have your hamburger and then we'll... No, George probably like a cheeseburger.
Well, get him
Yeah.
out here, find out what he
All right,
wants.
so where did she go? Where is my assistant? So we're going to have to now order... We're going to order us a different... Is she around here somewhere? Huh? She's not here. Okay, when she comes back in, we'll need to order George. We don't want any fisticuffs because he'll take it out on you, Jimmy. I'm doing this for your own good. George Foreman is here tonight, boys and girls. Paul Rogers and Brian Setzer. We need a cheeseburger. Maybe a couple of double cheeseburgers for Mr. Foreman.
Oh, okay.
Former world heavyweight champion. Has a better ring to it than Jimmy from Queens, doesn't it? But it's nice. It's nice that everybody has a title.
That's right.
Let's see. And also Paul Rogers and Brian Setzer and Catherine O'Hara. Big show. Let's do our top 10 list and bring out George Foreman later on. The category, top 10 things Aeroflot can do to improve the image. Aeroflot is the Russian state-run, owned, operated airline, Aeroflot.
Yes.
This is the airline that flies principally in what used to be the Soviet Union, all over Russia, and some international flights. Now, they apparently have a very bad image, a very bad reputation, kind of a sloppy, shoddy-run airline.
I see.
Here now, top 10 things Aeroflot can do to improve that image. Here we go. Number 10, shoo the bats out of the lavatories. Number 9, promise delivery within 2 days. Number 8, stop asking smaller passengers to sit in the laps of larger passengers. Number 7, no longer have Moscow to Leningrad flight connect through Dallas-Fort Worth. Number 6, modify plane to resemble giant airborne potato. Number 5, stewardesses with necks. Number 4, Number 4, water down the captain's vodka. Number 3, remove Chernobyl cured ham from in-flight menu. Number 2, paint over Gorbachev-inspired red mark on fuselages. And the number 1 thing Aeroflot can do to improve its image, more aero, less flot. There you go. Aerosmith.
Aerosmith,
Cute.
Aeroflot.
Very nice. Nice
You know.
going, Paul. In 1973, our first guest knocked Joe Frazier down 6 times on his way to the heavyweight championship of the world. Look at this. Woo. 20 years and a few cheeseburgers later, this man, once again, the number 1 contender. Ladies and gentlemen, here is George Foreman. George! How are you, buddy?
Well, if I could play an instrument like that, I never would have fought.
Really?
No.
Do you have any musical talent at all?
Very little.
Do you sing a bit? In church, you probably sing in
I gotta
church.
sing, I play guitar,
Yep.
I do everything, and nobody's really brave enough to tell me to stop. But I know how they feel.
Well, these guys are great.
They are great.
You know, we got a cheeseburger coming for you.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. We were watching the videotape of you and Joe Frazier. How old were you then when that fight? That was that's when you won the championship,
Yeah,
wasn't
it
it?
was 1973. I was about 24.
Wow. And how old was Joe? He was a bit older, wasn't he?
He was a bit older.
Yeah.
He was ancient, maybe 26.
Yeah. So you guys were really in the prime of your careers, weren't you?
That's correct, and it's a tough fight, and it's frightening because Joe Frazier, that fight was the first time I was afraid of someone. And he was like an animal. You hit Joe Frazier, he liked it.
Yeah.
If you missed him, he'd get upset. And your trainer's telling you, oh, this guy's got nothing. I wanted to tell him, man, shut up, be quiet. Just send me on out to the dungeons. I got to go out there and be slaughtered by Joe Frazier. So I had to get that knockout in that fashion because I was so scared.
In those days, did you have one of these deals where you would stare at the opponent? Was that you? Did you start that, or was that something?
Sonny Liston, he was my role model. I wanted to intimidate people, and I'd stare them down. If you drop your head, I knew I got it.
Yeah.
But with Joe Frazier, I didn't want to win the staring match because if he looked down, he would see my knees shaking. I'm scared.
Joe Frazier, one of the toughest.
Yeah, and
one of the toughest of all time.
And he had beaten everybody, and he had this famous left hook. I remember the first round, the left hook passing like a bullet. Shoom! I said, my goodness, that's it.
Yeah.
I know what I got to do. Keep my head on my shoulder.
Yeah. Now, when you get hit with one of those, what do you feel? What is it like when you get to the edge where you think you might go out, but you don't go out?
You know, it's strange because people ask me that all the time. How does it feel to be hit by a big fighter? The kind that hurt are not good punches. When the good guys hit you, you don't feel anything. You just see your knees. Say, what's wrong with you, feet? Straighten up. It doesn't hurt. It's like somebody's shot you with Novocaine or something.
Is that
you got
right?
no feeling, but with experience, you learn to, like, take a minute now, relax. It'll come back. Don't panic. Don't try to jump up. You're going to fall back.
Yeah.
So sometimes they'll hit you so hard like Jerry Cooney and Ronnie Lyles. It doesn't even hurt.
Yeah.
What about you try to persuade them not to know it.
Ernie Shaver, did you ever fight him?
No, I never did fight him.
They say he was a vicious puncher.
Yeah. I was really scared of him.
Yeah. Now let's talk about fear generally in your everyday life. Is there anything else that you're frightened by? You mentioned being afraid of Joe Frazier, the one and only fighter you were truly fearful of.
I can tell you this, Joan, my wife, I love her. Once we were in the ranch in Marshall, I stayed away a long time, and I had some boots. I was getting ready to put them on. And there were mice in the boot. Evidently, they had little baby mice.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I jumped out of my pants. I looked at my pants were on the floor, and she just kindly picked them up, put them in the trash. I said, I love you. I'm never going to leave you. My wife was not afraid of mice.
Yeah.
And I was so scared. I'm really frightened of mice. I don't like to be around mice.
Now, why is that? Because you spent a lot of time in the Texas countryside. You must have seen all manner of other wildlife.
I raised a lion and a tiger.
Really?
And would wrestle with them and everything, but mice got my number. I don't want them touching me. I don't want to be bothered.
But what is it about the mice that you're afraid of?
I wish I knew.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want them. I get up in the house and, you know, I keep my wife with me everywhere I go.
You mentioned you raised a lion and a
tiger.
And a tiger. Where was this?
Marshall. In
Texas as well?
Started in California. I was that mean. I just had to have an animal and a pet nobody would dare have. Little did I know, it's strange because my little boy, who's 2, his name is George.
Yeah.
I found a little a turtle.
Wait a minute. Let me interrupt you right there. What's the name of your youngest child?
George.
Well, no, who's Red?
Oh, Red is his nickname.
Oh, Red's his nickname. And why is
they all have nicknames. That means stoplight.
Yeah.
No more.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, green light.
Yeah, that's right.
Red light. Stop. No more. They get to be bugs around like bugs in the house. You sit down. Out, Daddy. They're everywhere. You buy some nice health food, yogurt, and they walk through there. This is real good, Daddy. I haven't even tasted it. Everything. So I found a little green turtle in the neighborhood one day, and I brought it home and I gave it to Red. And he's screaming, ah! I said, son, be a man. Scared of a little turtle. Ah! No matter how I put it, he would scream and fight. I said, are you gonna be soft or are you gonna be a man? You're George Foreman's son. And my wife heard me. She said, I'm gonna buy him a mice. I'm sorry. I'm gonna buy him mice. So, a mouse. So, when I heard that, I lectured my son. Son, we're all afraid of something.
Yeah, good for you.
Because my wife would go out and get a mouse and frighten me.
You both learned a little something. How are those burgers coming? Yeah, we get you a burger. We get one from for Jimmy from Queens. We got to do a commercial. We'll be back here more with our old friend. Thank you, Paul. George Foreman is here, Catherine O'Hara, and Paul Rogers and Brian Setzer from Bad Company and Stray Cats, respectively.
Respectfully.
Yeah. George, you know what you've done? You've accomplished something truly amazing because as a young man, you were heavyweight champion of the world. Then you retired and pursued another interest of yours, which was becoming a minister and having your own church. So for like 10 years, you were a country preacher. Is that a fair assessment of what you were doing?
I never even shot a box. I didn't even make a fist.
Yep.
So, and then all of a sudden, I headed back.
And now you are probably, if not the top gate attraction and sporting draw as an individual. You're certainly right up there in the top 2 or 3.
Better believe it. See, people come out and see me when they won't come out to see anyone else because they know George is going to spend most people in this country own a restaurant or work at one. Mm-hmm. And they know where I'm going to spend my money, so they say, give it to him. He's going to give it right back.
Now, as we were talking about, we have a cheeseburger ordered for you, and you have become associated with that. But is that something, I mean, do you come by that honestly? Is that true? Do you really like them, or is that your favorite? How did that happen?
Well, growing up poor, my mother would occasionally come home with this one hamburger, and there's 7 kids. And we all wanted a piece. She'd break me a piece, break me, and I'd sit there and nibble, smell it, and then after everybody would eat their house, I said, one day when I get money, I'm gonna have me some cheeseburgers. Today, I got the money. I don't invest in cars because you can't eat a car.
No. Well, you could give it a pretty good run for its money. But now, where do you get yours? When you're home in Texas and you want a hamburger, you want a cheeseburger, what do you do? Do you make them at home?
My first career, I left boxing. I had these Rolls Royce, all the fine cars, the Excalibur. And I'd drive around this restaurant, order 3 cheeseburgers. I said, it's good, I'm going back. So I switched cars. I said, they won't know who I am, but finally, they did know.
Yep.
I had to change my voice. Give me 2 cheeseburgers. Come back.
I like 1 cheeseburger.
So I devised a plan. Get rid of these fancy cars, get a pickup truck, and nobody cares.
Nobody cares, sure.
Drive around the circle. They don't even
big
look at
old
you.
George.
Yeah, just big old guy. Just
sounds to me like you may have a cheeseburger Jones.
Not really. I'm switching into hot dogs now.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. I got put 2 big hot dogs in a bun with mustard, no mayonnaise, because I'm on a diet. I want to lose weight.
What do you weigh? What do you weigh now?
About 280.
Wow.
280 pounds.
And when you fight, when's the fight with this Tommy Morrison?
It'll be June the 7th. I'm going to get down to 279. I am really tired of trying to lose weight, and it's getting on my nerve. I'm happy. You get $100,000 in your pocket, and people laugh at you because you got all the food you want. I'm going to eat.
Good for you. But you know, at 280 or whatever you said, you don't, I mean, you carry it well. You are a big man.
Yeah, I got to carry it, believe me.
or hire a couple of guys to carry it for you.
Yeah,
I know. George, and you have a television show coming up soon?
Yeah, Tony Danza and me. We're going to start doing a show called Joy, would you believe?
Well, good for you. That'll be on...
ABC.
ABC, let me see. Do we have the cheeseburgers? Jimmy, I'm holding you responsible for this. All right, well,
It's like teasing a bulldog over here, you know.
Well, as soon as they arrive, we'll get you the burger, and we'll get everybody else a burger. Good to see you, George.
Good to be with you.
Thank you very much for dropping by. Good luck with the big fight. We'll be right back here, ladies and gentlemen, after station identification.
Bored stiff by being fed a McBorris burger, Bullwinkle is abducted.
Squirrel pay big ransom to get him back.
What we want is what we get.
But Rocky overheard the entire plot.
Those 2 again.
Swiftly, Rocky flies to Taco Bell, home of the original Taco Supreme and the humongous Big Beef Taco. The huge crunch awakens Bullwinkle, who cleverly escapes.
I love it when he calls me clever. Saved by the bell.
and gentlemen. Tomorrow on the program, Ellen Barkin will be here tomorrow. Wow.
Oh, love her.
She's a fine
Absolutely
actress.
love
Looking
Ellen
forward
Barkin.
to that. Ellen Barkin will be here, and musical group Wallflowers. Morty, tell me, how are we doing on the burgers?
The hamburgers are here.
You know, it's interesting. About 45 minutes ago, a guy in the audience, Jimmy from Queens, wanted a hamburger. So I thought, I'll get Jimmy a hamburger. And then I thought, well, I better get one for George Foreman. I'm thinking this is New York City. We're 8 feet away from Hurley's down there in the corner. It's taken us 45 minutes and not less than a great deal of confusion to get this order placed. But we have the burger. All right. Where are they now? Let's just get this over with. All right, now, just give him, there's Jimmy. Look at that. And that goes to George Foreman. Yes, good luck. Thank you, Jennifer. Yeah. Did I see you tip those women? No. I must have been dreaming. Okay. And then George now. Okay. Oh, there's trouble now.
I'm running George's burger.
Come on. Yeah, little sissy. Can I get anybody else anything as long as I'm up? Oh, no, come on. So anyway, everything all right? Okay. Let's see. We have to do another commercial. We'll be back here with Paul Rogers and Brian Setzer. How about a little after-dinner music?
You got it.
Our next guest is probably best known as the lead singer of Bad Company. He has a brand new album. It's right here. It's Muddy Water Blues. It's a tribute to Muddy Waters, and it features some of the great contemporary guitar players, including Brian Setzer. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome them both, Paul Rogers and Brian Setzer. Boys, come on!
They call me the hunter. That's my name. A pretty little woman like you is my only game. I bought me a love gun just the other day, yeah. And I aim it your way. Ain't no use to hide, ain't no use to run, 'cause I've got you in the sight of my good gun. Listen now, the first time I saw you standing on the street, yeah, I said to myself, Lord, baby, ain't she sweet? You know I got my love gun loaded with hundreds of kisses. And when I pull the trigger, baby, there will be no missing. Now listen now. Ain't no use to hide, ain't no need to run, 'cause I've got you in the sight of my dirty gun. Hit me now. Okay, son.
Brian Setzer and Paul Rogers, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the new album. We'll be right back with Catherine O'Hara. Our next guest is an alumna of SCTV, and in addition to that, like I was saying earlier, has starred in both the blockbuster Home Alone movies, Home Alone 1,
Yes?
which did like $400 billion in ticket sales.
At least.
And then Hey, We're Home Alone Again, which did, you know, like triple the first movie. And is still playing. That's what I can't get over. It's almost summertime, and the big Christmas movie is still out, and people are going to see it. Welcome back to the program, the always entertaining Catherine O'Hara. Oh, Catherine. Hey, ho. What was that all about? What was the little wedding march deal there?
Well, I felt like a Vegas best man in my outfit here.
Really? You look
And
great.
it's my wedding anniversary this month, so.
Oh, you've been married 1 year.
Yeah, almost.
To Bo.
Yeah.
Bo, the
famous
set.
Bo.
The famous Bo, the set designer. The guy who did the Batman deal. He's the one who made Batman fly. No, he's not.
Yes, he did.
So really, he made Batman
Oh,
fly?
yes.
I didn't realize that. I thought he
Oh,
built the
yes.
sets.
No, he did the whole thing.
Now, Catherine, you're lying, aren't you?
I don't lie.
How are you?
Fine, and you?
Good. Welcome to the show. What
you.
brings you to New York City?
Actually, Bo, the famous Bo. The new Fang, I guess you could call him. Wait, who had the husband they called Fang? Am I
Phyllis
right?
Diller.
Oh, thank you, okay.
Yeah.
Not either.
Or no,
Okay, anyway.
Gene Kirkpatrick. I'm sorry.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's working on a movie here, so I came to
What
hang
is
around.
the film?
It's called Wolf.
With Jack Nicholson?
Yeah, Jack
Another
Nicholson,
big one.
Michelle
This
Pfeiffer,
guy's
yeah,
hot,
yeah.
isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So when you come to town, where do you stay? Do you have an apartment here?
Actually, we stayed at the lovely Hotel Hell last week.
The Hotel Hell?
You know, the fashionable Hotel Hell, Upper East Side Hotel. We checked into the dimmest, depressing room at a long, long hallway with a closet and a mini bar and a hot plate, which they called a kitchen. In front of that was a big, big brown stain on the floor.
Ew.
Yeah, looked like somebody had cooked up and eaten some bad meat, which their body rejected on the spot.
Oh.
Okay, so we walk in the room just.
It sounds like it might have been one of those room service autopsies you hear about.
They never offered us that while we were there. And so I phone up and say, this room's a little unwelcoming with there's stains. I'm sorry, there's nothing else. No, nothing else, nothing else, no. And I said, well, it's got big brown stains. Please, there's something, please, something else. So they phone back up. We'll show you a room on the 8th floor. So we go up there, and Bo, the famous Bo, and this manager are talking. And I look over, and there's a stretch of like 6 feet of wall beside the couch. And I look, and I see either a big mouse or a small rat run along the wall.
Oh.
Yeah. George would have been frightened, but not me. I laughed. And I started laughing. I said, excuse me, I think I just saw a mouse run by. No, you couldn't have seen that.
Yeah.
Oh, do I see mice wherever I go? No, I don't. This was real. I saw this mouse. So they show us, we said, no, thanks, not to this room. So the next day they put us in another room that had, it was junior suite, and it wasn't like what we hoped for a month stay, you know, and it had like a closet 1.5 feet wide, and they said, we'll get you a clothes rack, and, you know, but it was bright. Somebody else had actually stayed in it before, so, you know.
The
so
fun is kind of going out of the project at this point, staying in a hotel
I just felt like princess wife or something, like making a big thing out of the hotel, but it was kind of sad. And then they send us this clothes rack, and I move a chair a few inches, and there's a used, shall we say, prophylactic on the floor.
Wow.
Thank you. So then they send us up a bottle of champagne.
Yeah.
Like, no, you misunderstand. Something to celebrate, Miss O'Hara? No. Would you please send somebody from housekeeping?
So, like, as a reward for finding it, they send you the... how does that work? Congratulations! A moment to remember.
We had it there for a month and nobody's seen it.
Was this, this must have been the Hilton you're staying in, right?
I ain't saying.
The Sheraton. Then,
I ain't saying.
Was it the Marriott?
I ain't saying.
Times Square Motor Hotel.
I'm not saying.
Stadium Motor Lodge.
That's it.
Are you in more comfortable accommodations now?
Yes, we're at a lovely hotel now.
Let's talk about this movie. Is it true Home Alone 2 is still playing some places?
That's what they say.
Wow.
Not in the lovely Saskatoon, where I went to be have dinner with the Hates, the Home Alone gang again.
You know, what was that?
My sister is running a charity in Saskatoon.
Good for
a
her.
lovely city, much
Saskatoon
like
is in Saskatchewan. It's the capital of Saskatchewan.
Very good.
Yeah. A western province, right? Yeah.
Well, you know you're Vancouver, so
Yeah.
you know you're Saskatoon.
Well, get me a bottle of champagne and a rubber.
Now you've gone too far.
I felt one of us had to. All right, so you're up there. Your sister is doing
my
charity
sister's
work.
charity, so she's trying to make some money, and she actually thought I might help her, so she auctioned off, have dinner, go see Home Alone 2, or what you call it? Hey, we're back.
Hey, we're Home Alone again.
Home Alone again.
Yeah.
Go see Home Alone 2 and have dinner with the mother of
With the
Macaulay
Home Alone
Culkin.
mom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Home Alone mom. So a few kids bought tickets, and so this kid and his brother and his sister and a good friend. I took them out. Well, it was supposed to be dinner, but the movie was closing that day. And they were showing another movie at night, so we had to make a movie at lunch. So it's not playing everywhere. Not at that theater anymore. And that was in January. So we went to the movie. These kids, so cute. Picked them up in a limo at their homes.
How old are the kids?
They're like 9 and 7, and I asked them what grades they were in, but I forgot to ask what
Home
age.
Alone fanatics.
No.
No.
No,
Oh, no.
just very polite children who were willing to humor me.
Oh.
Very sweet. We're driving around Saskatoon. We got a limo for them, and I picked them up, and their parents said, "Don't lose them."
Yeah. But wouldn't that be something if something happened and then you're separated and the next thing you know,
no, you had
the kids
one son.
The kids
No,
are in Denver. Let's see. We need to, Catherine, do a commercial, and then we'll be right back here. Catherine, we're out of time. And if you're going to be in the city for a while, come back again.
Okay,
I always enjoy chatting with you. And so my best to your husband, Bo.
Thank you.
Catherine O'Hara, ladies and gentlemen. We're out of time. We'll see you tomorrow night.